This week we begin the third book, the third sefer of the Chamisha Chumshei Torah in the Torah reading, the Book of Vayikra, translated commonly as Leviticus, but literal translation of Vayikra is "and he called." God called upon Moshe. Basically, this book is the book that deals with the mitzvah of offerings and sacrifices, and the Alter Rebbe in Tanya is asking a question that is very famous in the Chabad world, as it's one of the early discourses that we learn in as children in Hasidic philosophy and Hasidus teachings. The Torah begins the whole mitzvah of the offerings with the following statement: Adam ki yakriv mikem korban laHashem, which is that when a person amongst you that will want to bring an offering to Hashem, then you should do so and so with all the details that follow in this parsha, the next parsha, and so on and so forth in the Book of Vayikra. But when one takes a closer attention to the words, one sees that the reading says Adam ki yakriv mikem korban laHashem, a person that will bring an offering from you, an offering to Hashem, to God, where it should have said Adam mikem ki yakriv korban laHashem, a person amongst you in your community, one of you who will want to bring an offering to God. But it's not what it says. It doesn't say a person amongst you who will want to bring an offering. It says a person who will bring an offering from you. What is the from you? So the Alter Rebbe says exactly. Alter Rebbe says in Likutei Torah that this is exactly what the whole meaning of the offerings is. Offering someone else, offering something else, is, so to speak, not a chokhmah. It's not a trick. To bring the offering from yourself, self-sacrifice, this is the start and the beginning of all work, of all service to God. And that's the goal, the call from Hashem, Vayikra, Adam ki yakriv mikem, please bring an offering from yourself, please sacrifice yourself for the well-being of godliness, for the well-being of Hashem, for the well-being of Judaism, for the well-being of a fellow Jew, for the well-being of a fellow human being. In other words, the entire purpose of the Mishkan, of the home to God, of the giving of the Torah, and in turn of the Exodus, is to bring an offering of oneself, is to sacrifice oneself, my own desires, to sacrifice them and to do what is right. Which leads us to Avadim Hayinu. This Shabbos blesses the week that prepares for Pesach. Avadim, we're in the month of Nisan, in the spirit of freedom. Avadim Hayinu lefari b'Mitzrayim. We were slaves to Pharaoh in Mitzrayim, in Egypt, and God took us out from slavery to freedom. However, the Torah says in a few places in the Chumash Vayikra, in the Book of Vayikra that we're going to read, that I took you out from being slaves to Pharaoh, Avodaihem, to be my slaves, to be the servants to Hashem. The same terminology, Avodim, Eved, which means a slave or a servant, but instead of being a servant to Pharaoh, we are now servants to Hashem. So where is freedom? Is that freedom? Either I'm serving Pharaoh, or I'm a slave to God, or I'm a slave to Pharaoh and I'm serving God. Where is my freedom? Is there a moment I could be for myself? What does that mean? And here again, we're learning about Vayikra, self-sacrifice. So I could never be my true self. I could never connect with what I want. All the time it's about what someone else wants. Either I'm a child and I'm serving my parents, or I get married and I serve my spouse. And then when we have children, we serve our children. So when is there a moment for myself of true freedom? But that's the point. The point is that there is no to a certain extent, in from a human point of view, there is no freedom, because all the time we're slaves and serving something, fashion, modern world, the ancient world, tradition, whatever, in obligations, the chores that we need to do, work, employment, whatever the case might be. We are all the time serving others, to the extent that the Talmud says that whoever acquires servants to himself has acquired masters to oneself. Kol hakoneh eved la'atzmo kana adon la'atzmo. Why? Because we have obligations to our servants, to our employees, to our workers. So there is all the time, from a human and earthy point of view, we're always serving someone. So where is freedom? What does the holiday of freedom mean? Why is self-sacrifice called freedom? Because what is the word freedom mean? Freedom means I want to do, or I'm going to do what I want. Who is the I? Who is the ultimate I of the world? Hashem. So ultimate freedom is when Hashem's will is being fulfilled. Anything else is not freedom. Anything else is serving someone, serving something. Hashem is the ultimate I of the world, the ultimate being, the ultimate leader of the world and all worlds. So ultimate freedom is when Hashem's will and desire is being fulfilled to its ultimate. How do we do that? When I sacrifice my external desires, my external world, to my true essence, which is my neshama, my soul, which is chelek elekami mal mamech, which is part of Hashem Himself. Other than that, there is no true freedom in the world. So ultimate freedom is self-sacrifice. And that's why we see something very interesting, that ultimate joy and true joy is accomplished when we help someone else. As long as we are buried in ourselves and in our own world, and we look at ourselves and we want to satisfy my needs, as good as unholy as they are, it doesn't bring ultimate joy, because today I'm happy, tomorrow I'm not happy because I'm not so good. Every day changes. But what I've done to someone else, a mitzvah that was done not for myself but for Hashem and for the fellow human being, that's done and left forever. And that's why the Rambam, the Maimonides, says that the ultimate joy of Yom Tov, when the Torah says "V'somachto b'chagecha," we should rejoice in our holiday, including the Yom Tov of Pesach. The Maimonides says the ultimate joy is the giving to those who are less fortunate. And on this note, I call upon everyone to please join in the great mitzvah of that is so much emphasized in halacha and by our sages, the mitzvah of ma'ot chitim, the mitzvah of helping the needy, especially during the time of Pesach. And you all know where and where is a good place, and who is a good organization, and people who are caring and sharing for others, especially during the holiday of Pesach. So please get involved, and we need many volunteers during this coming week to deliver food to people's homes. Don't forget to sell the chametz. Everything is online. We have everything online in the ChabadAlberta.org/Passover. And we should all be celebrating ultimate freedom, giving a little bit from ourselves to someone else, to the ultimate cause of goodness and kindness, which will bring the ultimate freedom to the world, the coming and revelation of Mashiach. Good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom.